it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Hello, everybody. So, you just saw that I've got new credits, which means I don't have to say no sugar, no filler, just real whole egg at the start of these live streams anymore. So, yeah, I don't have to say that anymore. And we already have a guest. It is Captain Matt.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Now we're just waiting for people to turn up in the chat, and I am loading up my computer right now because today I'm gonna get out those 2x2 light tan jumpers and put them on road base plates.
Very cool.
So we're just waiting for people to pop up in the chat. I've sent out a bunch of I've sent out invitations to people on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So how's your day going so far?
Well, it's just started, but it started off with me opening up YouTube and seeing that there's a new SpongeBob game in the works, and
No.
I think it looks absolutely horrendous.
That's not good.
So that's kind of ruined my day, to be honest.
So it's already taking the air out of the room.
A little bit, but because I just don't know why it has to, they go for this kind of style of game, which. But anyways, not for me to say.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the new intro?
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, because I needed to do a massive overhaul to it, and I wanted to incorporate that slogan that Macro Bricks gave me, and I wanted to incorporate the logo that he designed for me into my intro, and now it's finally in there.
Very good.
And I did the same thing with the credits.
Awesome.
So I wanted to reveal that in this live stream, and now I have revealed it.
Very cool.
So I'm going to go over to my computer and see if I can log in so that we can turn the camera on.
That sounds good.
And I finished writing my script last night for the rant I want to tell about the Falseman's gift with purchase. If you were watching the Clicking Cliff live stream last night and started building the 90th anniversary castle, you would have seen that I showed my script on camera.
Man, I am knackered.
Yeah, because you were only just waking up.
Yes.
Oh, I see we have Jody Smith. Hey, Jody. Yeah, we're gonna get into how badly Lego fucked over the. We're gonna get into that. The Hogwarts Express, because all the rumors, or a lot of the rumors, were lies. It's much more disappointing than most of us expected. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my way. Get out of here. Come on, load up Chrome for Pete's sake. We're gonna keep that comment on the screen for a while because a lot of people will be disappointed with the new Hogwarts Express set.
Mhm.
I was never going to buy it in the first place, but I really feel for people who were expecting something completely different than what it actually is.
Well,
It's just,
let's change it from the Harry Potter series. What do you think of the new Ninjago sets, Mayo?
haven't even seen them.
I haven't even seen them. To
No.
be honest, there's only one I probably would consider buying.
So, do you have any pictures available?
Not right now, but you might be able to share your screen after if you're interested in looking at them.
Yeah, I might have to do that and see what the Ninjago sets are like.
Jody also said $500 boat anchor.
Yeah, it is a pretty overpriced set. Apparently, I have to sign into Google Chrome again, so Google must have changed something with their browser overnight, because that wasn't the case yesterday. What have you done, Google? Stop. Oh yeah, at gmail.com. Come on, load up. Oh, come on. Have to enter my password. So annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have to get two-factor notification too.
Oh, you're joking.
And I'm getting a bunch of spam, so I'm just reporting all of it as spam. And it's not sending through. Come on. Oh, this is annoying. I have to tap yes. And yet it's not giving
Google
me to tap
Jody
yes.
says, Mayo, Jody says Google has it set up now to where you have to have two-step verification so nobody can steal your identity.
Yeah, I've been doing that forever. Come on. Stop delaying me. This is annoying. Come on. It's not even sending me the email. Resend it. Come on, hurry up. Okay, now I got it.
Geez, but if you've sent another one, it's going to want the next code now.
Okay, now I can say yes. Okay, now it should let me on. Huh. Already being used on another computer. Get real. Okay, now we're back to normal. Now I can go into StreamYard on my computer. Okay, now I can enter the studio. So let me come in and enter the studio. Got to plug in my microphone. There we go. And I'm going to come out from here. So let me just switch cameras. Here I am.
Hello to Mayo.
And let me turn the volume up. Okay, sweet. I can hear you, so it's all right. Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, your audio is quite good.
Okay, yeah, that's because we're with my external microphone now. So So we've done enough time reading that.
You are kidding me.
About what?
Oh, I just need to...
We're gonna keep these Forestman gifted purchases on camera because I'm gonna go get my
You are
script.
joking.
What?
There's this anime series that I've been looking forward to for bloody years, and it's going to be streamed on fucking Disney Plus. I
And
mean,
do you
if
not
they...
have that?
What?
And do you not have that?
No, I have it, but I'm scared Disney's going to ruin it and censor lots of stuff. Because what they're basing this anime season on, it has quite a lot of gore in it. And I mean, if they censor it, I'm going to be fuming.
And possibly make a rant video about it?
Possibly.
Is it
Albeit,
using existing anime characters or are they going to be new characters?
well, it's of an existing anime, but that anime hasn't been a thing since 2013. But we'll just wait and see. You never know. But anyways, yeah, that's annoying.
That is annoying. Okay, so I gotta put these vehicles in this tub now. And we're still waiting for more people to pop up in the chat because I won't do my rant until we get more people up in here. Because I want to do my rant when more people would be in the house to witness it.
Yeah.
So when do you have to
go? In at 10:50 because I need to go. I need to go out. I need to organise a few things today. Get ready for my job interview on Tuesday.
I hope you succeed and get that promotion.
Thank you.
Yeah, where is everyone right now? Wonder where they are.
I don't know. Even in the 70s, if you bought any of the Lego train sets that didn't have a motor with them, they still gave you the option where they could be motorized using a 12-volt motor. Jody said.
Yeah, you still get the option to motorize it nowadays, so that comment doesn't make much sense. Because technically you can buy motors for unpowered trains right now. If you go onto their website, powered up. Jody can't hear me good. Is it me or Matthew you can't hear good?
She said, "Can hear you good."
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I misread that.
That's a bit embarrassing.
It is. Okay, so I'm gonna put this other stuff away. I need to find a new roof
for this forklift. I need to find a new roof for that. And I need to put my now that I finished doing my new intro, I can put my Mayo Hosko logo mosaic back into my minifigure, or back into my sig fig habitat, and I can do the same with my sig fig itself. And the way I distinguish the copy of my sig fig from sig figs I want to send to other people, of which Captain Matt has one of my sig figs because he is a patron. Because he is a Patreon supporter, I put a cup in my hands. I put a cup in my hands. And so I did upload some new video stuff to StreamYard for more cutaway scenes. Let's move Thanos out of the way. And let's bring in myself closer. And let people see my face now. I go to brand. And I scroll down. I can now tell people to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, there you go.
And also, I can do this to tell people to subscribe. The Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. And whenever I hear something funny, and if y'all were watching Starting the Data earlier with Tasman Bricks and Lumberjack, I mentioned that I finally added this to StreamYard as well.
And the helicopter's cheapened it. I mean, it's suggesting the idea that, you know, yeah.
Helicopter.
Yeah, the drunk helicopters, as I like to say, and if anyone remembers that short called Mickey Doonalds that was uploaded in 2007. No, it was a stop motion. Sorry. This was always my favorite part from that.
I want your mom.
No, I've got to head off, so I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later. Have a good day, and you should be in. And Captain Matt should his name should be in the description as a authorized Patreon supporter, and you can also find the link to his channel throughout the description as well. And we have Oldendorf. Hey, Oldendorf. If you'd like to come on to the panel, I'd have no hesitation in sending you an invite if you've got the time. What are some other things we've added to StreamYard? Because there was something else. Just trying to go up and down. Oh, yes. Whenever people ask why I have that alternate channel of mine, whenever I talk about the impersonators, I was able to finally upload the video of when Briggsar himself explained that reason why on one of Cy O'Connor's live streams.
Oh yeah, now I'm going to try and say this again. Mayo Hosko for commenting on Jabbo channels. I love crazy things. Where did you get that name from? Do you know the story behind that name, Jabbo? No?
I do. So I'll try to be real quick. One of the things in live streams is people used to impersonate other people, and it was very easy. You could click on their icon and you could figure out who it is. Well, somebody impersonated Mayo and went through and used a bunch of profanity on a lot of comments, and I blocked them. and
Right.
I blocked all of Mayo's channels, and it wasn't him. And so he had created this other channel, because when I put him back and got his and found out who the real one was, we could, even though he was not blocked, he couldn't comment on my channel, and we went back and forth trying to figure out what was wrong, and so he just created another channel so he could comment. I mean, he could comment, but I couldn't reply to him. His comment would show up, but I couldn't heart his comment or reply to it. So I was like, he can shorten that channel name, by the way. You don't have to have it that way.
And I have since shortened that channel name to be Mayo Hosko. I actually shortened that name only a couple days ago. Yeah, so that is the major ones that I have uploaded to StreamYard. There are some other bits and pieces too, but I don't want to reveal those yet. So the main focus of today is I want to, if I move some of this stuff, the main focus of today is I want to get some of my road base plates from my city, and I want to lay down those. Actually, let me move this down, and you can see the Tibertruck Army t-shirt, hashtag Tibertruck Army. I want to put those light 10 2x2 jumpers onto those road base plates, and finally get them out of here, out of this tub, right here. So that is the goal for today, and it would be swell if we had people on the panel to have a good conversation about random Lego stuff. So if anyone wants to come on that doesn't already have an invitation via the live stream game, just let me know and I'll send you an invitation. Let's put this stuff back. So that means the pile is one unit shorter, which means it takes up less space. And I am thinking about going back onto eBay and getting myself 4 more of these orange sorting storage units. I should probably clean off my camera. Is there a little bit of a glare? Let me clean off the camera. This is very unprofessional. Hope I'm not giving anyone any seizures or anything. Let me just turn my camera off so that I'm not giving anyone a seizure, because we don't know what medical conditions people watching this live stream have, and I don't want to be responsible or held accountable or held liable for aggravating anyone's medical condition, because that's what Dragon Ball Z is for. Okay, is that quality better now? I hope I removed a little bit of the glare out of here. So let me know if the quality is better, because it looks a little bit better. So I'll let you stare at these these jumpers. Actually, what I'll do is I'll empty them out. There we
go. Now they're all emptied out. Actually, move this back a little bit so we can bring this further down, so you can see all of my jumpers. There are some plates and tiles in there that I'm gonna have to use in some places because they were in my collection. So the first one I'm gonna get is one of my T-junctions, and if you watch my Lego City updates, you'll recognize that it is the T-junction in front of the crossroads, which is in front of both the assembly square and the Big Bank modulars. There are some vehicles on the road, and I hold all of my road plates together with signposts stacked on top of 1x2 Technic bricks that have the pinhole, so that I can have a stable enough connection without having to fight for my dear life to peel stuff off to get the plates disconnected again. So here is the first of the road base plates. Oh, I see we have Aussie Adam Wicks. Hey Adam. Nice to see you here. Oldendorf says, use a soft cloth to clean the camera lens as finger can scratch the lens. Yeah, I definitely need to invest in some soft cloths for wiping down the various camera lenses I've got on my devices. I just need to get my own so that they're not going to be used by other people. Yeah, thanks for the reminder once again, Oldendorf. Yeah, the Pringles cans. I use a lot of Pringles cans for storing bulk Lego. Because if anyone remembers one of my live streams months ago, I got a brickling order of 110 of the old style Olivia's hair pieces, and 100 of them are right here right now. And when I sent off a bunch of my hairless mini dolls to Adora Build, I threw in 10 of those in that package I sent her, and she actually did a live stream on her channel where she put all those mini dolls on a base plate that I sent her. Oldendorf has to go to bed now. Have a good night's sleep, Oldendorf. My winter has been a nightmare because I don't think we've had a day over 20 degrees in 2 months now, and I can't deal with that. So Adam, if you'd like to come onto the panel, I would have no hesitation sending you an invite. Okay, let's get down to business. So we're going to tackle putting these on. So what I like to do is I like to leave I like to cover the green line on the edge of the road, because I had to do a whole live stream, I think 4 months ago now, where I had to shift all of these jumpers one stud closer to the road, which covered up the green stripe on the side of the road, because the way I had it before, there was only a 5 stud gap
well, there was only a 5-stud, gap in between the sidewalks and the edge of, the base plate. And for my commercial buildings that I have on my city blocks, they are always 6 studs wide deep, so that I can use the 1x6x5 wall panels to be the walls of my buildings. And because those pieces are so fantastic for building walls, that's why I think that they are my favorite pieces. So I had to make that change a long time ago, and it's paid dividends because it opens up so much more possibility for me putting buildings into the blocks of my city. So I know this can get a little bit monotonous, me just sitting here watching me put all these things on. So the best way for us to better enjoy ourselves is to find a good conversation to talk about, to get me going about, or to get me going about something, or for us to get guests on the panel. I'll get the ball rolling by talking about the Hogwarts Express that Jodie Smith mentioned at the bottom of the hour for me, because for me it is now the top of the hour. So, if y'all didn't know, there was a leak of the new Hogwarts Express set, and it did not live up to our expectations. The locomotive itself is good, in my opinion. The coaches themselves are good, in my opinion. But the station is a major letdown, because we were led to believe by people in LAN and people who are influencers that we would be getting something along the lines of a fully fledged King's Cross station where platform 9 3/4 is located. King's Cross station is one of the big 4 railway stations in London. And during the era of the London North Eastern Railway, all their trains coming out of London came out of King's Cross Station. The London trains from the London Midland Scotland Railway all came out of Euston Station. Great Western Railway trains all came out of Paddington Station, and Southern Railway trains all came out of Waterloo Station. So King's Cross Station is a very significant place in London, and it would have been super, super cool to see Lego for a set that cost $500. It would have been fantastic to see them make a fully fledged King's Cross station, but they didn't. They didn't, and that is a major letdown. That's a major letdown. I'll try and get images for that set right now. Lego Hogwarts Express 2022, because it is leaked. It's going to be low quality. But it looks like only the platform 9 3/4 of the King's Cross station is actually in the set. And you know what? It's an $800 Australian dollar set. $800 in this country. Wow. that makes me not want to buy it even more. So we're gonna get the Matrix, and I'm gonna show images, the official images, because I guess after it got leaked, Lego quickly acted upon the leak and finally put it on the website, because now it says coming soon on the 31st of August 2022. So there it is, and that platform is piss weak in my opinion. It is so disappointing. It doesn't even the platform isn't even long enough for the whole length of the locomotive and the one passenger coach, and it only comes with one passenger coach. They made the same mistake that they made with the Emerald the Emerald Knight. They should have included two coaches in the Emerald Knight. They should have included two coaches in the minifig scale Hogwarts Express set from 2018, and once again they've made the same mistake and not included two coaches with this new Hogwarts Express. I mean, come on! Do you realise how expensive the coach is for the Emerald Knight? One of the light tan window pieces, I believe, sells for like $4 a piece on Bricklink, because I believe it was exclusive to that set, and everyone knows how much I love exclusives. I love exclusives. Note the sarcasm. So this is just a major letdown, in my opinion. They couldn't even give us a full-length platform. I was expecting to see a fully fledged King's Cross station, at least 2 tracks worth, plus the station buildings like the turnstiles and the different signal boxes they have, and the storage lockers and the food court or whatever. And I believe they have a model train store within the station itself. I might be mistaken about that. Someone who actually lives in London can let me know in the future. But that's just a major letdown, in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like it. It should have been better. Major letdown, in my opinion. And we have Mikey J Productions. Hey, Mikey J. If you would like an invite to the live stream, I wouldn't have any hesitation in sending one if you've got the time, because I've been enjoying your Discord server a lot lately. Right now, we are putting light tan 2x2 jumpers onto first generation road base plates. So we've already put them down on this T junction. Next, we're going to do it on this crossroad. And if anyone didn't catch it, I'm wearing the Tipper Truck Army t-shirt. Hashtag Tipper Truck Army. And I noticed when I was watching the latest episode, the latest Briggsar video, that he's got his merchandise store back. So I guess he didn't. I guess he checked all of the boxes for quality control with Teespring again, because I believe the reason why he couldn't in the first place is because the quality of the printing wasn't up to their standards. So they went to Jabba and said, you might want to improve the quality, otherwise we can't sell it. And so, yeah, so the Tipper Truck Army t-shirts are for sale again. So anyone who doesn't already have one but wanted to buy one but couldn't, now you can again. I see we have a Macro Bricks. Hey, Macro. And I know I completely understand if you're doing other stuff tonight. I completely understand. If you know, you know. So right now we are putting down like 10 2x2 jumpers onto vintage road, onto first generation road base plates. The first one we did was with a T-junction. Now we're doing it with the crossroad. And so I just shared my thoughts about the what I should do is, because it doesn't look like we're gonna get to full capacity on the panel, I'll go Chrome history. I will load up the image for the Hogwarts Express, and I will share my screen again. But I also see we have a Mr. Blue. Hey, Mr. Blue. Everyone, don't forget to leave a like on the live stream to tell YouTube that people like to watch my content, and I now have more video cutaways I can show off on StreamYard. So I remind everyone to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And just in case you haven't already subscribed to this channel, the Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. Yes, I've been busy changing up some video files that had .png or .mov to .mp4, because the silly thing with StreamYard is you can't upload a video file to the brand section on StreamYard without it being an MP4 file. No. So that's the Hogwarts Express, and I'm really disappointed because the platform 9 3/4 of the King's Cross station doesn't even cover the full length of the train, and the train is shorter than I had hoped, because I would have wanted them to make a second coach. Let's make the same mistake with the last Hogwarts Express and the Emerald Knight, and everyone complains we never got a second coach in the Emerald Emerald Knight. So congratulations, LEGO, for creating artificial scarcity on pieces needed to build more passenger coaches. So I'm just going to let everyone stare at that while I finish putting the jumpers onto this base onto this base plate. And because we do have some more people in the chat now, after I've done putting up these jumpers, I will play the video file about why I have an alternate channel for commenting on Briggs's videos, because I was able to finally convert that from a .mov file to an MP4 file, and even though it is over 1 minute long, it doesn't. I think because it was a screen recording, it doesn't have it doesn't take up as much space as if I had filmed the video on camera. So it has just how do I want to say that? It is just small enough as a file that I can share it on StreamYard, and it makes explaining to people the Google Plus glitch a whole lot easier. So if anyone has any thoughts about the Hogwarts Express, or if anyone wants to come onto the panel and rant about it, or say that it's the best set ever, be my guest. And if you don't already have an invitation, I will attempt to send you an invitation via social media. So that's that. So that's that. Now we've got this crossroad done. Got that crossroad done. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. So we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more base plate, and then I will read off my script that is my rant of the gift with purchase, the Forestman's gift with purchase, about why I haven't been able to get more of them. Because if you've talked to me enough over the past 2 weeks, and me and Macro have talked extensively about it, he's probably lurking. He's probably lurking away right now. It wasn't available in Australia, so congratulations, Lego, for messing up again. They done messed up again. They done messed up again. I think is the phrase that they're using the South. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do is the crossroads in front of the brick bank and the assembly square. We've done the 2 road base plates in front of those as per the camera angle when I start all of my city updates. If you actually watch my city updates, you'll know what I'm talking about. Good. I'm glad you're having a good time on vacation, Mikey J. I should mention that everyone on my Discord server, whenever you get if you can get to level 6 before the end of the month, if you can get to level 6 before the end of the month, I will be doing a giveaway, and I've decided that the giveaway is going to be one free month. Yes, 1 free month of any level of support on my Patreon. So Macro Bricks is a Patreon supporter. Captain Matt, who was on the panel just a little bit earlier, he is now a Patreon supporter again. Actually, that's not going to work out. I will have to square this up a little bit. I need to get a brick separator. And Venomous Typin is a Patreon supporter as well, and they get exclusive benefits like early access and top secret information and behind the scenes imagery that aren't available to everyone else, because that's what they deserve for wisely choosing to invest in the Mayo Hosko channel, and their funding goes a long way to the production value on the channel. And actually, the very next thing the Patreon supporters are going to buy for me is a pack of small cloth, cloth wipes that Oldendorf recommended I buy to wipe off my camera lens, because I don't like sharing tissues with other people in my house, and I wouldn't want to share cloth with anyone either. Okay, actually, before I put any more tight jumpers onto that crossroads. Oh, hello, Mama Lego. And because we now have a bunch more people here, I'm going to read off my script for my rant of the Forestman's gift with purchase. So I'm going to put the Forestman's gift with purchase front and center in the shot while I do my... Actually, no, it's going to have to be off to the side. Let me get this rotated. We want to get it away from the StreamYard duck. Actually, we can come up to here. Here we go. So let me read off my rant, because I literally used Microsoft Voice activation to write this script in under an hour last night before I was watching some live streams, and I was actually on Clicking Cliff's live stream last night when him and Yeti were building the first 2 bags of the 90th anniversary castle. So the Lego Forestman gift with purchase was a failure. It was all red rosy in the British Isles, but not in North America or Australia. It was sold out within 12 hours in the USA. I think Canada got spared because it has a lesser population. In Australia, it was completely non-existent. This bothered me because I got some excellent feedback from my Patreon supporters. They thought it was a good idea to combine 4 of them into one giant mock for my Middle Ages momentum. I liked this idea and said if Lego re-released the Forestman's gift with purchase, I would do this for them because they pay for ideas like this. Unfortunately, Australia never received a shipment of those, and therefore I was unable to spend my money on those sets that released at the start of this month. I have been planning to buy those for many months now. Lego customer service originally told me they were waiting for this shipment. That never arrived. 3 days ago, I contacted them again, and they reviewed previous messages I have had with them. And they were very honest and transparent when they confirmed to me that Australia would not get their allocation of the Forestman gift with purchase. This really pisses me off because Lego should have done better with distribution and allocation than this. Lego should have conducted better market research after this GWP was originally released in June. Lego should have noticed that thousands of customers around the world were buying sets that were released months or years ago just to get that gift with purchase. When I last talked to customer service, they said they have received a lot of feedback from customers saying, we want more of this GWP. I can wait for buying those August release sets because I will not be building them until I hit certain subscriber milestones on my channel. Just to deviate off of that, when we get to 400 subscribers, we will be building the UCS Luke's Landspeeder. When we get to 450 subscribers, we will be building the Daily Bugle. When we get to 500 subscribers, we will be building the 90th Anniversary Castle. When we get to 550 subscribers, I believe we will be building the Galaxy Explorer. And I believe when we get to 600 subscribers, we will be building the Sanctum Sanctorum. Just wanted to get that in there. I just hope that Lego sees sense to make more of the castle, the Galaxy Explorer, and the Sanctum Sanctorum. Now we have to ask the question, do I wait for Lego to make a second re-release of the GWP, or do I cave in and get it out of the way the next time they have double VIP points? I would love to hear your feedback about whether you think I should wait for a future re-release of the GWP, or if you think I should get them during the next double VIP points. I think Lego has learnt a lot from this whole debacle, and at least their customer service knows that they fucked up. Please tell me in the comments if you were able to get one of these GWPs and if you have extras that you do not need. I would love to have it, and I will pay the price of international shipping to get it from you. When I constantly criticize LEGO for their poor market research, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. When I criticize LEGO for poor shipping and distribution, this is the kind of crap I am talking about. That is my rant. And it's out of my system. It's out of my system. It's out of my system. So what did everyone think? That was a lot of passion. Oh, we have Dusty Bricks. Hey Dusty, I'm gonna read that. Are you happy to leave sets in boxes for a few years? Yeah, I am. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in my life. Graduating from university, going to move houses eventually because we've been doing renovations for the last 5 years to put this up for sale. My parents have been building a house in the country and they're going to go and retire over there. So they are planning on downsizing. And when we sell this house, we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving. I think it's 8 kilometers away. Further away from the CBD, which is downtown. But we're going to still be near the railway line. But on the flip side, we will be closer to the beach. But it's going to be a smaller house. It's going to be a bridge in between my parents retiring and me and my sister moving into our own places of residence. Because I'm going to be doing work. I'm going to be doing work placement during my mid-semester break, which will be my spring break. Which that first Monday, hopefully, I will be a guest on the Hauling and Bowling podcast, and we'll have a blast over there. Hopefully, doing work placement with one of the local councils near me might give me an opportunity to re-enter the workforce in my field of expertise, because a lot of people who have done work placements in my degree have ended up getting full-time jobs at the lower end with those employers. We have 8 viewers watching right now. It'd be swell if we could bump that up and get to double digits. And because we have some people who have just turned up, I will remind everyone to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't actually, let me already answered this from Dusty, so let's get that down. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel, the Octane Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. And if I see any funny comments, I will say. And if there's any technical difficulties that goes on, and if Tasman, well, actually, no. Since Dusty Bricks is now here, I can play this.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous. We apologize for interrupting your normal stream. We must warn you, Dusty Bricks will be uploading content on his YouTube channel in the near future. Take this chance to prepare by stocking your house full of toilet roll. We repeat, Dusty Bricks' YouTube channel will be uploading content not suitable or interesting for most people. You have been warned. We are anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are Legion.
And Captain Matt was on the panel earlier, so
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel of Captain Matt. This is just a teaser upload of 3 videos that I've got in the works at the moment. They should come out soon, hopefully. They're just about 3 video games from my childhood: Final Fantasy IV, Star Ocean The Last Hope, and Epic Battle Fantasy, a Flash game series. So I hope you can all stick around and subscribe and wait for this content. And yeah, have a good one.
And I believe Captain Matt only needs 3 more subscribers to get up to 100. And if I see a Tasman Bricks sometime throughout this live stream, I'll have to play this.
And the helicopter's cheapened it. I mean, it's suggesting the idea that, you know, yeah.
Helicopter. Yeah. Let's read some. Oh, you know what? There he is. There he is. There's Tasman. There's Tasman Bricks. Right on cue. I must have literally started that video just as Tasman Bricks got here. What a coincidence. It's great to see you here, Taz.
And the helicopter's cheapened it. I mean, it's suggesting the idea that, you know, yeah.
Helicopter. Yeah, so we must all remember to subscribe to the Tasman Bricks channel, the Stud and the Dud channel, and that portion of a live stream was on the GJ Bricks channel. So we must all remember to subscribe to those 3 channels. And Tasman Bricks' channel is actually in the description of every Mayo Hosko video for all the things that Taz has done for me. Stuff like, whenever people do a lot of things special to me, I always like to leave their comments in the description. Comments in the description. No, their channel links in the description. So let's get back to putting down jumpers onto these first generation base plates. That's enough of that. So actually, because more people have popped up in the chat, I will put back images. I will put back the image for the Hogwarts Express that got released, or that got leaked. I've already shared my thoughts. I don't like it. But if anyone else wants to share their thoughts in the comments, or if they want to come on to, or if they have an invitation to the live stream and they want to come on and rant about it, be my guest. And if you don't already have an invitation but want to come on, I wouldn't have any hesitation in sending you one. So yeah. I'm not thrilled about it because I feel that we were lied to. I was expecting the station to be a whole lot better than what it is, and I was expecting there to be a second coach. But Lego has pulled this stunt so many times now with not giving us a second coach whenever they release train sets with steam locomotives. They've done it with every. Actually, they've now done it. They've made this same mistake with every version of the Hogwarts Express ever since the first one, all the way back in 2001, which was the year I was born. They made the same mistake with the Emerald Knight too. And everyone and their grandma knows how expensive the Emerald Knight is. They did things right with the Horizon Express and all of the other electric multiple unit passenger train sets they've done in the past, where they've either included one one powered coach with 2 passenger coaches, or they've included 2 powered coaches with 1 passenger coach in between. Actually, oh yes, I messed up here. Let me get out the brick separator and put that there, because I gotta remember to have a 1 stud gap. No, because I'm gonna probably have to go back to it. I better just stop the share screen and just keep it on in the background. I don't know why that doesn't come up in the background. That's weird. That's weird. I must remember to have the one stud gap right there. Well, that's a 2 stud gap right here. Nick, let me move this. There we go. Must remember to have that 1 stud gap there, because that's where I put the Technic brick down, so that I can easily detach the road base plates from one another. Yeah, Mikey J says the train of despair to all Harry Potter fans. A lot of people saying hello to each other. Yep, happy birth, Remembrance Day, Dusty Bricks. Happy birth, Remembrance Day. The meme lives on. And Dusty said, moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Well, they're moving to the Copper Coast, so hopefully they don't get any poisoning from the abandoned copper mines that are there. And I say Copper Coast because you guys might remember that on my Instagram, of which there was a link in the description to go and follow me. There was a picture of a sand green Thunderbox that I built for the hashtag Thunderbox challenge, and I wanted to build a sand green one because Aussie Adam Bricks, who was in the chat earlier and may or may not be lurking, he built a Thunderbox for the hashtag Thunderbox challenge, made out of light bluish grey to represent the limestone coast, because Aussie Adam Bricks grew up in Mount Gambier, and that is in the limestone coast region of South Australia. My parents are moving to the Copper Coast, so I wanted to make a sand green Thunderbox to be the Copper Coast Thunderbox. Normally, when people entered the Thunderbox challenge, they just try to make it with brown bricks. Sorry, I just banged my toe up against one of my cargo ships. Normally, they make it out of brown bricks because most Thunderboxes in Australia are wooden, especially when it's a dunny out in the middle of nowhere in the outback. Can't remember where I put my Thunderbox. I can't remember. What did I do with it? Maybe I put it with one of... I thought I had it with some mocks somewhere. But I can't find it. Anyway, it'll turn up eventually. But if anyone hasn't seen that, then it should be available to see if you go back into the archives of my Instagram. Hello, Brickles. Nice to see you around here. And just a reminder to everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that like button and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel, the Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. So I think we've got this crossroad done, and this crossroad isn't the regular crossroad that you see here. This is the crossroad from Classic Space. It was a 2-pack. It was a 2-pack that was labeled landing. plates because I inherited that 2-pack. So the if you've seen my Lego City updates, you know that T-junction landing row plate is actually in where was that? It's towards the east corner of my Lego City, and there is a playlist on my channel where you guys can go back and binge watch all of my Mayo City updates, or just go back to find or to locate any updates that you might have missed out on. And you know what? I just thought about it. Something I probably should get around to doing in a little in a future live stream is made actually I don't think I've ever showed these the modifications I did to one of these sets. I probably should make an Instagram post about it as well. But you guys might remember last year, I think, or it might have even been at the tail end of 2020, I bought the Townhouse Pet Shop and Cafe 3-in-1 creator set. And so that was before we renovated this room. And so while my dad was repainting this room and laying down new carpet, I was actually living in our second lounge room that is the room behind me. Well, actually, technically, it's the hallway, but behind that is the lounge room. So when I moved back into this room, this set got a lot of damage to it, and for months I was trying to piece it back together, trying to scout where the different pieces are that make up this set. And then it dawned on me, well, you know what? I actually don't want it to be in that kind of corner L shape configuration that the original set is, because the original set had that little patio outdoor dining area. Actually, it's probably al fresco dining outside of the coffee shop, or it might have just been a park bench. It was really simple, but one of the I still have the tree from that set in my city. I realized that I don't want it to be in that I don't want it to be in that configuration, and so what I did is I removed it. And I took out some of the side details. Details from this set, because originally there was some billboards as well. I think there was one for I think it was for this coffee cup or this coffee mug. It was originally attached to these, these Technic bricks right here. But I changed the roof details on top here of this building so that it would be a sign at the top of the building. And I also moved the air conditioning vent to be right here. It's a little bit awkward, but it's better than what I had earlier. And I think there was a drain pipe as well. So I removed that stuff so that I can have them side by side. And I literally just thought to myself, you know what? Eventually I should probably, because these are 8 stud width, these are 8 stud deep buildings, and I can't easily access it right now. But if you watched my portions of the 72-hour live stream as organized by Buckchop 2021, another fantastic community live stream, shout out to Buckchop, who is actually now in the live stream gang, if anyone in the gang has noticed. I shrunk the depth of those buildings from 8 studs wide to 6 studs wide. And you know what? I should probably do the same with these, because these are 6 studs. Would the I believe, yeah, no, sorry. I was saying something else. I was thinking about, never mind. So these are 8 stud wide buildings. To get into the same scale as all the other commercial buildings I have already built and want to build, I should probably shrink these down to 6 studs deep. So that is going to be a project I'll have to do in the future. So I'm going to put these down, and I might put them as a backdrop to when I take a photo of one of these base plates for Instagram later. So now we're going to put tile jumpers on this road base plate, and I will try and locate an image of the Lego townhouse, pet shop, and cafe. Get rid of the instructions part. Actually, I should share my screen. Thanks, Mikey J. I think it's looking good too. Share my screen again. There's a weird noise going outside. There's the Matrix. Images. Does Lego still have a listing for this? I know it's a retired set, but normally it's still... Oh, yeah, there it is, lego.com. Let me visit this. So as you can see, it is 11:47 a.m. in South Australia right now, and soon I'll have to get my cord to plug in this computer and charge it. So I've got the hot dog cart somewhere else in my city right now. I probably should put it in the park area next to the balloon cart. I just need to remember where I put it within my city. But that's the original set. That's the original set. So I'll let you look at that set while I lay down these tiles. Now, unfortunately, well, because of the way this is... Actually, no, sorry. I was thinking about something else. Never mind. So, 2, 4, 6. Okay, we can do it like that. Now, unfortunately, this road base plate can't be connected to the others via the Technic bricks, or via the Technic brick connection that I use, because it is... I think it was intended to be used for a road that goes by a park, because there is a refuge island in the middle of the road. I think this road base plate was originally used in one of the Shell service stations from the 80s. Can't remember if it was the 83 or the 86 version. That was the first one. I should probably get images after I finished tiling this thing, because I can't remember if the 1983 Shell service station had the Refuge Island Road or the Pit Lane Road, because actually, I'm trying to remember what road base plate came for the 1980 Exxon gas station. I believe the set was actually called Gas Station, while the Shell ones were called service stations. I think the reason why they called the Exxon service station a gas station is because Exxon is only available in the US. In Europe, Exxon is known as Esso, and everywhere else in the world it is known as as Mobil under the Exxon as of the Exxon Mobil merger that happened back in 1999. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Exxon Mobil, because of that merger, I believe they overtook Shell in 1999 as the world's biggest producer of oil. Because of that merger, combining the two behemoths that were Exxon and Mobil. And I believe before that merger, Exxon and Esso had a partnership, and so they officially became under the banner of Exxon Mobil in 1999. Because in Australia, we always see Mobil service stations. My friends in Europe and the British Isles will see a lot of Esso service stations, and my friends in North America will all see Exxon. Before the Exxon Mobil merger in 1999, some of my North American friends might remember actually seeing Mobil service stations, particularly if you were in, I believe, the state of New Jersey, because I believe I get it mixed up, but I want to say that Mobil was once Standard Oil of New Jersey, and Exxon was Standard Oil of New York State, I believe. Someone who knows more about that can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But that's at least what I remember from doing that research. So you stared at that long enough. So that's that all tiled off. Now let's get the next one. I'm going to tackle one of these curves, and I see that Macro Bricks is back from lurking. So Macro Bricks must be doing something good, because he told me that he was only able to lurk today. But if you do want to see Macro Bricks on my live streams, there are plenty of live streams that I have done with him that you can go back and watch on the replay. You can go back and watch them on the replay after this live stream. So I'm going to have to pick up the Friends Main Street to get this curved road base plate. And before I start tiling this, I'm going to try to find images of those 3 service stations I was talking about. I most want to see the 1983 Shell service station, because I can't remember which one of the 2 base plates it came with. Okay, let me share this. Let me share. And there's the matrix. So 1983. Let's get an image. Let's go to Brickset. Let's go to Brickset. So by looking at that, that is the pit lane. That is the pit lane road base plate. Well, what would eventually be used for the pit lane, because if you've seen my Lego City updates, you know that I have the Victory Lap Raceway set as one of the flagships. In fact, I think it is the flagship in my city, because it best epitomizes vintage Lego within my city. you'll know that on that there is the markings for where the Formula 3 cars in that set start at before they say on your marks, get set, go. And there was also the lines for the there was also the checkered squares to mark the finish line within that set. This version of that same road base plate doesn't have those markings. It has the zebra crossing instead. So that's actually new to me. I forgot. Actually, no, I think I forgot that they changed up the printing. It originally had the zebra crossing, but then they replaced it with the finish line. So yeah, that was that. And let me find images also of the 1986 Shell service station. Don't want rebrickable, we want brick set if we can. There's brick set. So you can see that this one has a roof also, but it is only a half length roof, because you can see that the fuel pumps are on an island in the middle of the road, and the road that we just tiled with jumpers is used in this set. That's how they're able to attach those wedge plates that the bowsers for pumping your vehicle are stationed on. I think this might be my second favorite of the different service stations they've ever built. This 1986 Shell one. And let me go back to the 1980 Exxon service station, which was called Gas Station. Come on, what's going on here? Silly, come on, what the hell is going on here? Wants to highlight some bullshit. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I was correct the second time around. This is it's got the straight road base plate, and it's got a little bit of a different roof pattern for the covers of the fuel of the fuel pumps. It's got the Exxon pumps on either side of the road, unlike the 1986 one that's in an island, and the 1983 one that has it on just one side. It has the Exxon logo. It has that really cool auto repair ramp to drive your car up. So the Exxon mechanic with, it looks like there's a wrench he's got to go underneath the car, and there's also some spare tires, and I think those are supposed to be coolant or motor oil or something. Just think that's a cool little detail. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Dusty. Past live streams are called streams because they're not live. You know what? Yeah, that's a good point. I think I'm gonna have to make a grammatical change in my playlist now. Mr. Blue is gone to bed. Have a good night, Mr. Blue. So let's come back and actually what was it? So I'm also going to have to do some modifications to the Lego Friends main street. Right now, they are sitting on 16 by 16 plates. Oh, it's only $135 at Big W right now. I believe I paid $140. That's actually not a bad price. Who knows? Maybe during my next NDIS payment, I might have to buy another. You never know. you never know. Down to 29% battery. So I'll share the main street because I want to talk about that while we're tiling up this curved road. Let me hide this down here. So I'm gonna have to decrease. Well, actually, I might not even have to decrease the width of the buildings itself, but I definitely need to take them off of their 16 by 16 plates, and they are in a I think they are in a light tan color. I think I've got another light tan 16 by 16 around here somewhere. So who knows? Maybe I might make a skyscraper with that thing. Who knows? Or I might be able to make a fancy color arrangement with some of the other odd colors I have for 16 by 16 16 by 16 plates in to be as floors and ceilings in my Lego supermarket mock that I've been working on for over 4 years. Mayo Hosko has been gradually working on his supermarket. And for those who don't know, that's a reference to Jay Louvier, who is a reviewer of Thomas Wooden Railway products and has done other videos relating to Thomas Wooden Railway on his channel. Now I'm gonna change. Actually, no, I'm not gonna change these. I built this wrong. Because I can't go against the standard, otherwise it'll just look odd. Handy dandy brick separators. Because there's a meme on his channel that says, for over 20 years, the Thomas Wooden Railway has continued to bring smiles upon millions of children throughout the world. Every Friday is a character Friday. And so I like to apply similar concepts with Lego stuff, because now that it is 2022, we can all say for over 20 years Lego has continued to bring let me start again. For over 20 years, Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Express sets has continued to bring smiles to millions of children throughout the world. Over the last couple of decades, half a dozen Hogwarts Express sets have been released. Many of these have been around for a short while, and none of them have been around for the test of time since day one. Join me on the Mayo Hosko channel, where we will never review any of those sets. This is the Mayo Hosko channel. That's my take on the Character Friday meme, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, that's going to be irrelevant information to most people watching this live stream right now, but I do know that I have some people who are subscribed to my channel because of the limited amount of train content I have. And because I have a limited amount of train content, that's why I did eventually make a train channel for my train videos. So there is actually a link on my about page where you can go and subscribe to that channel if you want to. And I'm gonna eventually move all of my Thomas Wooden Railway layout videos over there that are on this channel. I'll still keep them on this channel. I'm just gonna re-upload them over there. So that was that. So here is the curve. That's the best I can do with this curve. And you know this is used. Well, I got this cheap because it was used. There's no price tag on it anymore, but I think it only cost me $8 at an independent toy store. It's used because it's got this blue texture on the back. It's got some red texture. It's kind of hard to see. You can barely just make it out. There's some red texture on some of those markings, and there's some gunk in between some of the studs. Mikey J is heading out now. Says, I'm heading out now, Mayo. Send me an invite to your Discord. Nice stream. Awesome. I will gladly send you an invitation to your Discord server. And everyone, if you're not already in Mikey J's Discord server, I would strongly suggest that you go find the link to Mikey J's Discord server somewhere on his YouTube channel, so that you can join the Discord server. There's a lot of fun conversations that happen over there. And I am going to go get the extension cord so that I can charge my laptop, because we don't want the laptop to go into hibernation mode now, do we? Because so many of my streams in the past have to remember to say streams, not live streams, because Dusty Bricks made a good point. I have gone into hibernation mode and I've had to come in on my phone again. And you know what? Because I have been thinking about a lot of stuff Lego related, we've been able to get by throughout this live stream without needing any guests to spark good conversations, because people in the chat themselves have sparked good conversations. So when people in the chat do spark good conversations, we don't need guests on the panel to fill the void if people are too busy to come on. Because we're having some good conversations. I wasn't even gonna, to tell you the truth, I wasn't even gonna talk about the Hogwarts Express set, but Jodie Smith was the first person here, and that was the first comment she made on in the chat. So I was like, you know what, I am going to talk about it, because I had some thoughts to share, and now I have shared my thoughts, and now anyone that asks me what are my thoughts about the Hogwarts Express set, I can direct them to watch this stream on the replay. And we have Clicking Cliff. Hey Cliff, it was a lot of fun hanging out with you and Yeti. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you and Yeti on the live stream earlier. And you have an invitation to come into the panel if you would like to. And because there are some people who have only just showed up, I remind everyone to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel, the Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. So we've tiled off this curved road. We are trying to tile off a bunch of road base plates in this live stream, and because people have been too busy to come in to the panel, the chat has done an amazing job of giving me things to talk about. And I see we have Douglas McBricken. Hello, Douglas McBricken. So, it's good. It's good to see you around here. You have an invitation via the live stream, gang. If you would like to come in to the panel, so I'm just doing some gaming on Forge of Empires for the next minute, and after that, I will go get one of my other first generation T-junction road base plates, and then we're going to put the light 10 2x2 jumpers onto that. Because I've been meaning to use these jumpers that I got off of the pick-a-brick wall, and that I did a whole video in one of my streams in the past. I've been meaning to put them onto some of my road base plates, and today's the day because I've got nothing else to do. And I will remind everyone, Mikey J, who has left, and Oldendorf, who has left, they already know that on the last live stream of the month on the Mayo Hosko channel is going to be a 12-hour live stream, because it is going to be a sorting party. It's going to be a sorting party because I have about 3 gallons of Lego that need to be sorted, which is about 11 to 12 liters of Lego in volume, depending on whether you use the US gallon or the imperial gallon, because there is a difference. The imperial gallon is 4.3 liters, while the US gallon is only 3.8 liters. So Douglas, you have an invitation via the live stream gang if you'd like to come on. But the chat has done a really good job about giving me things to talk about today, which is always nice, and that's why I have the best fans in the world, because they choose to subscribe to me and they support me. Yes, you are visible, because that glitch because for those who don't know, me and Douglas McBricken were having glitches where we couldn't see each other on our channels, but somehow, someway, the glitch went away, so I can see Douglas McBricken's comments again. No, a gallon is 3.8 liters in the US, and 4.3 liters in England. I'm not talking about milliliters, because a fluid ounce is I think 28.7 milliliters, and then a quart, that's a quarter of a US gallon, so that's, I think that's 950 something milliliters to a quart, because if a liter is 1,000 milliliters, a quart is smaller than a liter. So let me go get one of these T-junctions. So the T-junction I'm getting is in front of the T-junction that is in front of the Downtown Diner modular. And you will recognize that geographical location if you have watched my Mayo City updates, of which there is a playlist on my channel where you can go back and watch those past city updates on the replay if you missed out on any, or if you like to binge watch my content. So next we're going to tackle another one of these T-junctions. We've done 2 T-junctions. We have done 2 crossroads, one of the regular road kind, one of the classic space kind, and we also have done a curve. So I'm going to get this on the table. But I do have to remind everyone to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel, the Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko. And because we have Douglas McBricken in here now, this is a good segue to talk about glitches.
Oh yeah, now I'm going to try and say this again. Mayo Hosko for commenting on Jabbo channels. I love crazy things. Where did you get that name from? Do you know the story behind that name, Jabbo? No?
I do. So I'll try to be real quick. One of the things in live streams is people used to impersonate other people, and it was very easy. You could click on their icon and you could figure out who it is. Well, somebody impersonated Mayo and went through and used a bunch of profanity on a lot of comments, and I blocked them. And right. I blocked all of Mayo's channels, and it wasn't him. And so he had created this other channel, because when I put him back and got his and found out who the real one was, we could, even though he was not blocked, he couldn't comment on my channel, and we went back and forth trying to figure out what was wrong, and so he just created another channel so he could comment. I mean, he could comment, but I couldn't reply to him. His comment would show up, but I couldn't heart his comment or reply to it. So I was like, he can shorten that channel name, by the way. You don't have to have it that way.
Yeah, so that was the story about why I have an alternate channel for commenting on his videos. Anyway, what's something more Lego we can talk about? Actually, it is kind of the elephant in the room, so I'll relay my plans for the castle. Let me find a good image of the castle. Yep, there it is from lego.com. Put the image of the castle on the screen while I tow up this base plate. You can see that it is $600 in Australia under the icons theme. There's a limit of 2, and I will be buying two of these things. Let me share the screen. There's the Matrix, and there's the set. So I'll be buying two of these things because I really like the design, and I always like to support Lego when they make throwbacks to vintage sets. This is a hodgepodge of a bunch of vintage castle themes connected together, because there's stuff for the Forestmen, there's stuff for the Crusader Knights, there's stuff for the Black Falcons, there's stuff for and I believe there's also stuff for the Dragon Masters, which is why you see a modern version of Magisto the Wizard in there. I'm not a fan of the fantasy style castles, even though I grew up with the fantasy castle era that came out in 2007, because I had the tower raid set, and I believe I had one of the small poly box sets, as I call them. They were those small boxes that you used to be able to buy as an impulse purchase, but now Lego chooses to focus on poly bags instead. I'm sure a lot of people have nostalgia for those sets. I am a Lego city builder, so I vividly remember I had multiple versions of one of those Lego City Police impulse purchase sets that was a policeman with a tool rack and I think it was a red light and speed camera for doing roadside inspections. I had multiples of those. I also had the firefighter that had his tool rack. I also had the I think I also had both the handheld street sweeper, the handheld concrete mixer, and the public works, as it was called. They had a sanitation worker and that small orange dumpster. I think I also had the soldiers' arsenal. There was an impulse buy set for the Pirates theme at the time, which is where the Brickbeard's Bounty pirate ship came from. And then when they re-released Pirates for 2015 and 2016, they came out with a dumbed down version of that same Brickbeard Bounty, but they just called it the Brick Bounty because the pirate's name. I don't think they ever gave the pirate captain a name, so it wouldn't make sense to call it the Brickbeard's Bounty, because Captain Brickbeard was the captain of the 2008 and 2009 Pirates. Captain Redbeard was the original pirate captain from the late 80s, or from 1989 to the mid 90s, and then I believe for the late 90s they had Captain Ironhawk. Actually, I think Captain Ironhawk might have been in some of the sets from 1992. I think of sets like the Renegade, the Renegade Runner, I believe it was. So I love this set. It would have been better if it was on a raised base plate, because as some of you guys know, I have already built a castle for my Middle Ages momentum, and it is built upon the raised base plate from the King Leo's castle that came out with the Knights Kingdom 1 theme in the year 2000 and was sold until 2003. A set that's on the shelves for 3 years. That's not very common anymore, but back in those days, it was a lot more common. In fact, that was the standard, because Lego didn't release as many sets per year 20 to 50 years ago, so they could afford to have sets on the shelves for longer. There wasn't as much turnover. There wasn't as much reinventing the wheel with sets like the Luke's land speeder in Star Wars, because I was talking about it last night for me on Clicking Clips live stream. The only reason I bought the UCS Luke's land speeder was because of the memes, and I wanted to get in on those memes because everyone knows about them. Hey, look at Lego for the last 10 years. It seems like they've released an updated version of the Luke's land speeder. This is getting really, really tiring. Wouldn't it be funny if they made a UCS version of that? And I guess they listened to our jokes and they made a UCS Luke's land speeder. And because I was in on those jokes, and I always like to use that as a point of reference for complaining about how Lego makes too many sets per year, and a lot of them are just re-releases of sets that they could have kept on shelves for the past 5 years. A lot of people like to use that as a point of reference, and I wanted to get in on the meme if they ever released a UCS Luke's land speeder. So that's why I bought it, and that's why I'm going to be building it when we get to 400 subscribers on the Mayo Hosko channel. So if you want to see me build the UCS Luke's land speeder as fast as possible, please share this channel with your friends so that you can get them to subscribe. We are only 16 away, which is excellent. You know what? Moments like that is where I need to use the Mr. Burns saying, excellent. Let me share my screen again. People like to see the amazingness that is the castle. yeah, so yeah, help me out with that. When we get to 500 subscribers, we will be building this beautiful set right here. And I'm thinking, because I've seen Buixie's review of this set. It's the only review video I've ever watched on his channel, because I don't care about any of his videos except for his city updates. I don't care about his reviews. I don't care about his hauls. But when I saw that he reviewed this castle, I had to watch it, and it's better than I expected based upon looking at the pictures. It's better than I expected because there's some interior details that the pictures online just couldn't quite capture, in my opinion. Some of the nooks and crannies that would have been difficult to get the camera into. So I'm really excited about this. But you tell me, should I wait until Lego makes a second re-release of the Forestman's Gift with Purchase? Because I would love to do that. Or would you rather me buy it at double VIP points, just to get it out of the way? And I could use the VI. I wouldn't mind getting them at double VIP points, because that means it'll be quicker for me to get to the 13,500 VIP points I think I need to redeem a $150 gift card. So that was that. You tell me your thoughts. I'm gonna go and get another base plate. I'm gonna get one of the crossroads. So I'm gonna duck away and go get a crossroad. And I'm gonna throw something up on the screen. Okay, I'm back, and I've got the three last road base plates we will be putting jumpers upon. We've got one more curve, we've got one more T-junction, and we have got one more crossroad. Yeah, that's a very good point. A very good point, Jody says. Mayo, I would just go ahead and get it out of the way, because who knows how long, if it sells out of stock, it'll be. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get it without getting substantial compensation. I'm not gonna spend it. I'm not going to spend my money willy-nilly, even though I have $1,800 to go get the 4 sets I want. I think that's a good idea. I'm tired of getting frustrated about this gift with purchase. I think Jody Smith is helping to convince me just to wait for double VIP points. If anyone out there, someone tooted their horn. If anyone out there in the comments agree, let your thoughts be known. So another set that I want within that $1,800 is the Galaxy Explorer. So let me go get an image for that bad boy. Waiting for this to load up. Hurry up. Okay, I'm going to have to do a bunch of Forge of Empires stuff in both 5 minutes and 12 minutes. So hopefully we can get these... Hopefully we can get some of these tiled up. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, this is lagging like crazy. This is lagging like crazy. I am happy with my 2 gift with purchases, Dusty, but it's just that there was an opportunity for me to get 6. And that's not going to happen. So I'll just wait for double VIP points. Because that's another one. You're also helping to convince me just to wait for double VIP points. Hurry up. What is going on? This is lagging like crazy. This is crazy. Okay, now we're gonna load up. That was a major lag. Someone must be using a lot of internet. Something is terribly wrong here. Let me go run a diagnostic test and see what the download speed is like. Okay, it's 100 megabits per second. It's 100 megabits per second. Maybe it's just one of those age-old problems with the old age of my computer. Or maybe it's that I've got a lot of files on here. Let me close some of these tabs. Because when you have more tabs up, that does slow down things. Jody says, you don't want it to be like with the crocodile locomotive where people waited until they thought it was going to get cheap for them to use VIP points and then go ahead and discontinue. Yeah, I never buy sets with VIP points. I always buy. Stupid family, disrespectful. I only buy what was bricks and pieces is now pick-a-brick orders with VIP points. Is this gonna load up? Hurry up, Lego. Because the gift with purchase available in this country is gift with Lego Super Mario purchases over $109. I don't give a crap about Super Mario. I like Mario Kart a lot, but I don't really like the gameplay of Super Mario, to be honest. You should search for Galaxy Explorer. Galaxy Explorer. And of course, it's grouped with some of the Star Wars sets, some of the new Star Wars sets. So there's the Galaxy Explorer. What a lovely piece of spacecraft. Lovely piece of spacecraft. I'm not a classic space fan. I'm a vintage space fan. So I like to have a mixture of things that look like classic space and things that look like Futuron and Blacktron and Space Police and Mtron and Ice Planet and Spirius. I'm not really interested in stuff that looks like Explorians. Not interested in stuff that looks like UFO. I'm not interested in stuff that looks like insectoids. But I do appreciate those themes. It's just that they have a lot more complex pieces that I think is harder for me to make mocks based upon those sets. Because vintage space sets from 1978 to around 1994 are easier for me to build. Because I think LEGO really stepped up their game with their design complexity when Explorians came around in 1996. Then UFO took it to a whole nother level, and then in 1997 Insectoids took it to a whole another level in 1998, and I think LEGO just went in a really weird direction with Life on Mars. Yeah, you tell me what you think about the vintage space themes. Those are my thoughts. A lot of people have strong memories for the vintage space themes, and there's definitely a generational gap between those who love the stuff from the 90s and those who love the stuff from the 80s. It's very much generational, because people from Generation X and the baby boomers really like the classic space, and people from Generation Y really like everything that came afterwards. And that's why people joke that the early classic space sets were just grey, blue, and yellow, and trans yellow triangles, of which the Galaxy Explorer was one of those triangles. And I didn't know until Jane Briggs did his review of the Galaxy Explorer that there are actually alternate builds that you can get instructions for on Lego.com. You have to buy extra copies of the set obviously, but sadly you can't buy just one more and be able to build both of the alternate builds. You have to buy three sets if you want to build the main build and the two alternate builds. And that's something I don't want to engage in, because the Galaxy's Explorer is just going to be parked. It's just going to be parked in one of the docking bays within my interplanetary space base, because I have released images on Instagram about the beginnings of my interplanetary space base, and I showed it off in the latest Mayo City update. So if any of you are interested in that stuff, those are the places where you can go to consume that media. Yeah, so now we'll do the crossroad first, because it requires the least amount of jumpers to be put on. So I appreciate everyone who has stuck around since the beginning. I think Friday Night Bricks they might have ended their live stream, because I know that whenever Friday Night Bricks ends their live stream before mine, some people from there come over to my channel midway through the live stream. And I'm going to have to find a specific base plate to put the 2x2 plates and tiles I have on, because I want to put them in an area or on a road in my city where I'm less likely to have minifigures on the sidewalk. So they might be, I might put them near, you know what? Here's a plan. I think I'll put them on the T junction. If you've witnessed well, if you've seen my Lego City updates, you'll know why I'm putting it on the T junction, because that is near that is sandwiched in between the raceway road base plates and the divided road base plate that makes up the Octane service station I have next to the raceway. I'm less likely to have minifigs walking around there, so I think that's where I'll put the plates and tiles I have, because I like to put my jumpers. I like to put my jumpers where I know I will be placing lots of minifigures, where I'm more likely to have heavy foot traffic walking. Excuse me, around the city. So I love this set. Dr. McBrick did a really good comparison between the Galaxy Explorer and the Benny spaceship from Lego Movie 1. And it made me realize that the Benny spaceship actually looks more like an aircraft than a spacecraft, because of the way its wings are shaped and the way its engines are shaped too. It definitely doesn't look as sleek and aerodynamic as what this Galaxy Explorer does. It looks more chunky. So even though the Galaxy Explorer looks kind of plain because it's based upon the original Galaxy Explorer, the Benny spaceship is actually a plane. I think that was a good line by Dr. McBrick. And Dr. McBrick, I'm subscribed to Dr. McBrick because I binged watch all of his Lego City updates. And now I think he's getting away from Lego City, and he's focusing more on the Six Figs amusement park and the Minecraft layout he wants to build. And he always had a really large amusement park within his city, and if I'm being fair, the amusement park was actually the best part about his old city. So I think it's a good idea that he wants to focus on that, because in Six Figs he was able to use a lot of the vintage sets that he has in his collection as attractions for the amusement park. Because I know he put some of the Adventurers sets from the Adventurers of Egypt in there. I think he put some of the Jurassic World sets into there, and I think he put I think he put the Fort Lego Rado set from the Lego Wild West Western theme into there as well, and that was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to see what Dr. McBrick does with that stuff within the next year. That should be exciting, because I think he's finally out of rehabilitation from the surgery he had for his brain cancer. Fortunately, he did survive, and we are all glad that the surgery went well. We are all glad. But he's still getting back on his feet, but he's doing a lot better than he was even a month ago. And he went to Hawaii on vacation. I went to Hawaii back in 2016. I did not like Hawaii because Hawaii just isn't my thing, and that's where I got the idea to use light tan 2x2 jumpers instead of light grey tiles on my road base plates for the sidewalks, because they had a bunch of those on the pick-a-brick wall in the Lego store in the Honolulu shopping mall. That was what motivated me to whenever I see these things on the pab wall to go out and buy them. And I will continue to get more and more of them because they look good and they're good for functionality. Because whenever you place a minifig onto a jumper rather than a tile, if you sneeze or gently breathe on it, they're not gonna fall over. They're not gonna fall over now, are they? So we're a little over 2 hours in. I'd like this to go for... So last time we went for 4 hours and 11 minutes. The next two live streams are only going to be 3-hour live streams. But because we went for that 11 minutes overtime last weekend, I'm going to cap this live stream at 2 hours and 49 minutes. So we can have an even 3 hours for the next live stream. That's if I've done my math correctly. Yeah, I'm going to need to go back on my math and see if I got that right. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back. Probably after I'm done here. And see if I can get the correct math. But one of these live streams has to be 11 minutes shorter because we went 11 minutes overtime. So that crossroad is now complete. And that is the last of the crossroads that I will be putting jumpers on top of. So we'll do this curved road base plate first. I better get out my curve, my other curve that we already put jumpers on for a reference point, so I can get the tiling correct. Because there is a specific way I need to do this. Because otherwise it won't be to the standard placement, and it won't be in a grid pattern. And the reason why I have curved road base plates on some of my city streets in the middle of the city is because curved roads don't take up as much, or they have more studs on the actual base plate than something like a straight road. And I like to keep my roads a little bit more interesting than just a whole bunch of square blocks. And so having two curved roads in the middle of my city adds a nice hint of flavor that separates it from other city builders out there. And if you go back and look at photography from old pieces of Lego media and Lego instructions and Lego set boxes and whatnot, you notice that in those photographs they use a lot of curved road base plates in the middle of nowhere, not where you'd expect a curve to normally be within the confines of a city. And I like to resemble that whenever I build Lego cities, and that's why I have done the street layout I have done. because I know that I always get questions about that, why I have curved road base plates in the middle of my city, not just on the edges. That's the reason why. I think it's more authentic to vintage Lego, and I quite like that. I quite like that look, and it's practical at the same time because it gives me more studs to work with for different buildings. Gonna do Forge of Empires after this. So let's put this down temporarily, and I'll stop sharing this screen because people are tired of looking at that. So I'll let you look down at the tiles that remain. So if you've been around since the start of the live stream, you will have noticed that this pile has gotten significantly smaller. It's gotten significantly smaller, and I know I still have plenty of pieces to do tiling for two other road base plates within my city, because I've decided that and one of the road base plates that I was planning on tiling, I'm not going to put tiles on it anymore. And one of my straight roads, I'm considering taking the tile or taking the jumpers off of, because I want to make that into a little bit of an industrial district. I have a lot of industries and factories, etc., that I'd like to put into my city, because I want to have industries for scrap metal and organized recycling and environmentally friendly garbage disposal. So I'm going to have to play around with that stuff to get it the way I want, and that'll be fun. Because I've told my Patreon supporters about this in the past, because I don't plan on utilizing the foundation of the Lego Monkey Kid City of Lanterns within the city of Lanterns in my Asian town district. I'm gonna take apart that foundation and use those pieces elsewhere within my city, and I'd like to use that. I'd like to use the roller coaster track from the city of Lanterns to make some kind of track system for short distance transportation, transporting waste material away from the different shops and stores of Asian town to a chute or a hopper that they can dump their trash into, that gets reused to making some kind of organic material. Because I would like to have an area in my city where a dump truck can just dump off a load of 1x1 bricks, and then a crane picks it up, and then drops it into a hopper that is supposed to be a shredder, so it can look like it is shredding the 1x1 bricks into 1x1 plates. And that idea is directly from the Public Works Center that came out in, I believe, 1979. And one of the first Lego Town reviews on the Jane Bricks channel was of the Public Works Center, because that was one of the sets that Jane Bricks had as a childhood. And whenever I first saw
his review of that. I've watched that review multiple times because it really warms my heart as a vintage Lego collector. I thought, you know what, I need to make that. I need to use that technique to making a hopper of my own, but because 1x1 plates are now more common in 2022 than what they were back in 1979, I believe the 1x1 round plate wasn't even available in 1979. That first came out with the Lego 12-volt trains in 1980 because they needed headlights and they didn't want to use square ones, so they had the genius idea to make them round as well. And so that's why nowadays we mainly get the round plates instead of the square plates. So I'd like to build that. I'd like to use that technique to make some kind of mechanism on one of my live streams someday. And I know that for sure. I've talked about doing this in some of my Lego City updates. So that is all within the books. And that's not any of my immediate plans, because as you guys know, there are other stuff that are at the top of the priority list. The top of the priority list after I got done altering the stuff I wanted to modify with the not Ninjago City, Monkey Kid City of Lanterns. After that, my next priority was to get these jumpers placed onto these sidewalks, and that's what we've been able to do today. And that makes me happy because once I finish this, we can move on to other projects. Because I can get back. Well, I would have liked to have done this last weekend, but I just didn't feel like it because I was still grieving from my grandma who died. It's been over 2 weeks since she died now, and so I'm coming to the end of my grieving. I didn't feel like doing this last week, so that's why last weekend, so that's why I emptied the black bucket I had of heavily battered vehicles that I wanted to get out of that bucket and put them back into my city. A lot of that stuff I was able to salvage and modify to make them street legal again. But some of them didn't hold up, and I have had to scrap them. And in a future live stream, I probably actually during my sorting stream, I'm gonna take that stuff apart. I'm gonna take that stuff apart to put that into my parts collection. It'll probably be in my sorting party, actually. And I know that we've entered the quiet hours now. We've entered the quiet hours. So now we're going to take things a little bit more quiet, a little bit more quietly. So thank you for the 2 people who are still here. So we're now done with Forge of Empires. I've gone through my spiel now. So I think I'm done sharing stuff. Yeah, Jodie Smith has gone to bed now. Have a good night's sleep, Jodie. I'm done sharing stuff on my screen because we are at the end of we are now in the quiet hours. So for everyone who is still here, if I can scroll up. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell. And if you're not already subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel,
The Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosko.
So I'm gonna we're gonna go into ASMR mode, and we'll come out of ASMR mode whenever I see someone say hello. Because when we come into the quiet hours, I like to go into ASMR mode because there's not really much point of me talking if no one's gonna listen. But jobs still have to get done. I need some water. Actually, before I start this base plate, I'm going to run the math again to see how many hours I have left. So we start at 20 minus 2 minus 0.18 for the 11 minutes minus 12 minus 12 for the 12-hour live stream we're doing. Yeah, so that leaves me with 6 hours. Hang on. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Let me go back to the calendar. I think I'm tripping out. I think I'm tripping out. There's 4 Saturdays there's 4 Saturdays this month. So 4.18 plus 12 plus 2.82. Yeah. Actually, new plan. We're gonna do this. We're going to finish this live stream after we complete this, because I just realized that this live stream was only meant to be 2 hours, not 3. So that's a little bit of a blunder on my part, but oh well. We will finish this. We will finish tiling up this T junction, and then we will go, and then we will end this. We will end this live stream. Yeah, because I want to finish. I want to finish what I started. I made an oopsie on my calculations. But well, that means I don't have to do as much stuff next weekend. Next weekend will be a lot shorter live stream. It'll only be 1.5 hours or something. Because I miscalculated. And to be honest, we're not going to get a lot more traffic throughout this live stream. There's a hair in the middle of my road. Dusty Bricks is still here. Yes, indeed, Dusty. Hair is the worst, and there's a lot of hair on this T junction. A lot of hair on this T junction for some odd reason. So I've been able to get by today without having substantial guests on the panel. Captain Matt was on the panel for the first 20 minutes of the live stream, but that was only because he wanted to talk to me and squeeze in some time while he's doing stuff with his baby. So it was good to see him on camera. So I think I'll start wrapping this thing up. So thank you for watching this live. Thank you for watching this live. Thank you for watching this live stream. As always, my live streams are on at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America, which is 11 a.m. Eastern on a Saturday morning in Australia, which is 2 a.m. on a Saturday graveyard, and a 3 a.m. on a European graveyard. And as always, I upload shorts. Well, actually, I've changed the upload times of my shorts, so they are now uploading at 10 a.m. Eastern on Thursday, which is 8 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday night in North America, and I always upload my videos at 5 p.m. on Sunday in Eastern in North America, and 7 a.m. Eastern on a Monday morning in Australia. So that is the last of them. I will say goodbye to everyone who showed up. Let's go back to the top of the chat. We had Jody Smith, Oldendorf, Aussie Adam Bricks, Mikey J Productions, Macro Bricks, Mr. Blue, Mama Lego, Dusty Bricks, Tasman Bricks, Brickles, scrolling, Clicking Cliff, Douglas McBricken, and that was it. So I'll see everyone on my next. Yeah, I'll see everyone on my next live stream. I'll see everyone in my next short, and I will see everyone in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Now, let's roll the credits. Thank you for watching. These are new credits, by the way. End